What if I told you that you could be making more money than ever and still be destroying your financial future? The problem may not be how much you earn. It may be what you do with your money after you get paid. Today, we're counting down the top 5 financial mistakes most people make, starting with number 5 and working all the way down to number 1. And stay until the end, because number may first be the biggest mistake people make without even realizing it. Number 5, not knowing where your money goes. Number 5 sounds incredibly simple. Spending money without knowing exactly where it's going. Many people check their bank account only when they need to pay a bill. And then comes the surprise. How did I spend that much this month? The problem isn't necessarily buying coffee, eating out, or enjoying yourself. The problem is when small expenses happen repeatedly, and you never pay attention to them. Imagine spending an extra $10 a day without realizing it. That's roughly $300 a month. And about $3,600 a year. You don't need to turn your life into a spreadsheet. But you should know 3 numbers. How much comes in? How much goes out? And how much you keep. Because what you don't measure is very difficult to improve. Number 4, increasing your lifestyle every time your income increases. Now we get to a much more dangerous mistake. You get a raise. So you buy a better car. Then a more expensive phone. More restaurants. More subscriptions. More vacations. And suddenly, you're earning more money, but you still feel broke. This is known as lifestyle inflation. Morgan Housel has emphasized how rising spending can follow rising income, preventing higher earnings from turning into lasting wealth. The problem is that your brain quickly adapts to your new level of consumption. What once felt like a luxury becomes a necessity. Here's a simple strategy. Every time your income increases, don't immediately increase your lifestyle by the same amount. For example, if you receive an extra $500 per month, you could direct part of it toward investing, part toward savings, and only part toward lifestyle upgrades. That way, every raise can move you closer to financial freedom instead of simply making you spend more. Number 3, using debt to buy things you can't afford. This mistake can be devastating. Buying something with money you don't have can give you satisfaction today, but take away your freedom tomorrow. Especially when we're talking about high-interest debt. Warren Buffett has repeatedly warned about the danger of expensive consumer debt, particularly revolving credit card balances. Think about it this way. When you invest, you want your money to work for you. But when you carry high-interest debt, your money is working for someone else. So before buying something with borrowed money, ask yourself, is this helping me build wealth, or am I simply bringing future consumption into the present? Not all debt is automatically bad. But constantly using debt to finance a lifestyle you can't actually afford can become a trap. Number 2, trying to get rich too fast. This mistake becomes especially common when someone starts investing. They see someone making money quickly, and they want the same result. Suddenly you see hot stocks, cryptocurrencies, speculative bets, once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, and promises of extraordinary returns. The problem isn't investing. The problem is believing that wealth should happen quickly. Charlie Munger emphasized patience, discipline, avoiding catastrophic mistakes, and giving compounding enough time to work. Most people want to find the investment that turns $1,000 into $100,000. But a more important question is, how do I avoid turning my $1,000 into $500? Sustainable wealth usually doesn't need to be exciting. It needs to be repeatable. Save. Invest. Diversify. Avoid major mistakes. And repeat the process for a very long time. Number 1, confusing looking rich with being wealthy. And now we reach number 1. Perhaps the most dangerous mistake of them all. Confusing wealth with appearance. A luxury car doesn't prove someone is wealthy. Neither does a huge house. Neither does an expensive watch. Neither does a social media feed full of vacations. Because there is a huge difference between looking rich and actually being wealthy. Morgan Housel has emphasized a fundamental idea: real wealth is often the money you don't see because it hasn't been spent. Someone driving an ordinary car while consistently investing may be building far more wealth than someone driving an expensive car with massive payments. And here's the trap. Money spent trying to impress other people disappears. But money saved and invested can continue growing. So perhaps the question shouldn't be, how can I look richer? It should be, how can I need less and less to prove that I'm rich? Because when you stop spending to impress, you start having more money to build freedom. So let's recap. Number 5, not knowing where your money goes. Number 4, increasing your lifestyle every time your income increases. Number 3, using debt to buy things you can't afford. Number 2, trying to get rich too fast. And number 1, confusing being wealthy with looking wealthy. The good news? None of these mistakes has to define your financial future. You don't need millions to start. You need to make better decisions with the money you already have. Because wealth usually isn't built through one spectacular decision. It's built through hundreds of small decisions made correctly over many years. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 financial mistakes have you made? Drop the number in the comments. And if this video helped you see money differently, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because we'll keep talking about money, investing, and the decisions that can change your financial future. I'll see you in the next video.